What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the overall market. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you sign up and deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $2,000, you're guaranteed 25 in total. And deposit $5,000, you're guaranteed 60 free stocks. The offer ends on June 3rd. You'll also qualify for an 8.1% APY on uninvested cash. Anyways, let's talk about what's happening with the market, at least thus far. So, the good news about SPY is the fact that although there's been some chop, we're getting bought back up right now. We're seeing a lot of buyers who are stepping in. When you zoom out of SPY, you guys can tell that we're seeing this making higher highs and higher lows. So, for example, last Friday, SPY's low was at 563. Then our low went up to about 577 from Monday. Yesterday, the low of the day was actually during the pre-market at this 580 area, and SPY uptrended since. And now today we actually have a low of about 585-ish, at least so far. So we have to see if 585 holds, but it is still technically higher than where we were yesterday during the pre-market. So we're still doing a good job making higher lows. We will have to see if SPY can now break resistance near the 590 area to continue to push. We'll be watching this very, very closely. So when it comes to news, there's been lots of talk about the deal between the US and Saudi Arabia. There's been a lot of upside for stocks like Nvidia, Supermicro, and AMD, as we have big deals with them with big investments to be made. Not to mention the fact that billions of dollars are going to be invested into these companies, especially for their AI servers. We have Nvidia selling about 18,000 of them, of their top AI chips, to Saudi Arabia. So that's some big news, and we're continuing to see tech stocks holding up as a result of this. This is part of why the market's getting bought back up, at least right now. For more news, there's not really much coming out for today. It's Wednesday, so that's why the market's still quite choppy. And then in terms of earnings, keep in mind tomorrow we have Alibaba and Walmart. So with not really much coming out that's new, I just want to say the market's been more choppy, and that's very normal because when you see so much volatility, the last couple of days saw quite a bit of that. That's when you tend to see some more chop, and that could be setting us up for a bigger move later on, maybe by Thursday or Friday. So the chart is still looking bullish as we have a wick forming right here. This could try to push us a little bit higher to try to get back up to the highs. As long as we don't lose 585, SPY is looking more bullish, favoring 590. The QQQ, so long as we don't end up losing 515, we're actually favoring 520 plus. On the IWM, as long as we don't end up losing 205, we're actually just kind of choppy right now, looking sideways, not doing much. So I do anticipate this is going to be kind of weak, trading sideways. ES needs to hold 5,900. If it holds, we could try to push for 5,950. If we lose 5,880, though, we could be dumping a lot more. This is looking decent right now as we're trying to hold 5,900, so there is upside potential. On NQ, we need to hold 21,250. So that if that holds, we could be continuing to push for 21,400 or above. If we end up losing 21,250, we're looking for a dip back down. This is still technically looking bullish as higher highs and higher lows are being made. For Bitcoin, we're trading sideways right now. We have to see if we could try to break past 104,000 plus. I am seeing some buyers defending us near 103,000, so we're just trading sideways. This could try to push up bids towards 104,000 though if we hold support. For Tesla, we're looking bullish. As long as we don't lose like 337, we're actually favoring an attempt to get up to like 350. So I could see that if you break the highs here. I do anticipate the highs will be retested, and Tesla should try to push more from here. On Nvidia, we're looking bullish. We have to see if 133 holds. So long as we don't lose 129, we're actually favoring 135, then 137.5 as we look more bullish. For Apple, we're kind of choppy, but as long as we can hold 212, we're favoring a retest of like 214. We're trading sideways for now, but there is still some upside potential. Netflix is looking more bullish. So long as we don't lose 1150, we're actually favoring 1160 as our targets. AMD is looking a little bit more decent. I'm seeing some weakness with the wick that formed here, so it is possible we dip to like 116 and bounce. So it could be a small amount of downside before we see buyers return. Coinbase is very choppy between 255 and 262, going back and forth and back and forth. We have to see which way it breaks. If we lose 255, look for a bigger dip, and if 262 breaks, we're looking for more upside. Amazon's looking bullish as long as we don't lose 210, we're favoring 212 plus. Meta's looking decent as long as we don't lose 655, we're actually favoring 664 plus. So we're doing a good job at testing 660. Microsoft is looking a bit more bullish so long as we don't lose like 450, we're actually favoring 455 plus. And Google's looking more bullish as long as we don't lose 165. We're actually favoring 168 plus as more buyers are stepping in. So Google does have some upside potential. The VIX is very flat right now. It hasn't broken past 18.6 or 19. It's just trading sideways. There's not really much that's going on as the market is remaining more bullish. The VIX could dip more as we see the S&P 500 and SPY try to bounce. So I do see upside potential in the markets, but we'll be watching to see how well we hold at these key levels. With that being said, I thank you all for listening. This is your quick update about the markets for now. The market's choppy, but there is still an upwards direction that's still there, and we're still technically bullish as long as we don't lose key support. Thank you for listening, and peace out.